Morning, friend. This evening, quote is: life is a succession of lessons to be lived with. I repeat, life is a succession of lessons to be lived. This is a famous quote proposed by Rolf Waldo Emerson. What he suggested that life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Life is not one lesson, it is a succession of lessons. It means that true wisdom cannot be taught in a classroom or in a real, textbook. It only comes by actually going through experiences. So the experiences of life that you achieve, that adds to your knowledge and skill, and that really makes life beautiful. So why we should rely more on experiences? When you are interacting in a classroom, the more you are interacting, the more days you have spent on interaction, the more experience you will have. One day classroom will not help you gain entire knowledge. Regular practice, regular succession of lessons to be given through the classroom interaction and through the real life experience. Why experience matters most? That is the question you can ask. Why experience matters most? See, there is no shortcut to success. This is the truth. This is the reality. You can't really succeed in a shortcut way. You have to go through all the obstacles. You have to navigate through all the challenges. And then eventually you will touch the nectar of success. You can listen to advice from many other people, but your heart and mind will not fully grasp the truth unless you face the situation. There are, there are the athletes who have faced, failure at the field in Olympia. They have really understood the experience that what really mattered, that they lost by 2 seconds or 5 seconds. Then in the next attempt they win the gold medal, and that 2 seconds, it is a part of lessons that learned from the lost medal. The lost medal taught them that that was the real thing. The truth was that they faced the challenges, but not with the open heart. The situation made them understand that yes, a lot more effort was to be put in. When you are effortlessly working on any project, remember your chances of getting real life experience is more. But when you are having only theoretical knowledge, classroom knowledge, and if you are not having the real life experience, you may have more challenging situations where you will not be able to sustain the difficulties and you will surrender to the circumstances. Learning by doing is the experience that everybody understands. If you really want to make something true, work upon that, solve that problem again and again, practice it, and find the difficult, steps that you are missing in the previous attempt. Find the difficult, solution that you are not getting. And when you get the solution, it is one lesson that you have learned. So learning by doing, making mistakes, feeling pain and enjoying success. This is what the life is. What I said, making mistakes, feeling pain, enjoying success, and learning lessons. This is what makes us really successful. So the actual tools that shape our mind is the guts, the courage to face the challenges and overcome them. Time in growth. This is very important point. Many of us really don't believe that how is time related to growth. Unfolding over years. Wisdom, everybody is wise. No one is fool. Everybody is born intelligent. See, there is nothing like that. Only there are Einstein and there are some, special children who are born with a special, talent. No, Everybody is born wise. No one is born fool. How can you really scale out someone on the scale of intelligence that the person is more intelligent than that? Intelligence comes only when you have experiences of life and when you distinguish from good to bad and bad to good. Then only your intelligence will develop. Unfolding over years, wisdom takes time to grow. It is not one day task. Simply, you just think that, well, there are people in the world who have invented several things. They have discovered the wonderful medicine, the wonderful technology to make surgery painless. Do you think they have worked only for 1 month, 1 year? No. For several years they have worked. They have failed several times to come up with the laser surgery, which is a painless surgery. These, medical advancement didn't come out of wisdom in one day. This wisdom worked for several years. So it takes really time to grow. Your wisdom grows, in the course of time. An event feels terrible today. It might only make a sense that you later, when you look back, you will realize that you were somewhere wrong. So, continuous journey. Life is not a one time journey, it is a continuous journey. Life does not stop teaching, and we do not stop learning. We have to learn every day. As one challenge ends, another, you know, phase begins, constantly helping us to mature. The more challenges we navigate, the more confident we become. So if you really want to, better yourself, or if you really want to sharpen your knowledge, you will really feel that your knowledge can be sharpened only out of experiences that really teaches you a lot, experience of life. A lot of things you can learn through experience of life. And learning by doing is the mantra. Learning by, committing mistakes, learning by thinking, learning by interpreting, learning by, see, there are people in this world who have started learning things with very small, dimension. They have not made a lot of, what do you call it? They have not made lot of research, but later on they have become very sharp, analyzing what is good and what is bad and what is lacking. That is very important. The small dimensions, that when you have finished one, degree of challenge, you are facing the second one. So there are, temporal, breakdown. It is not a permanent failure, it is a temporary failure. You try to navigate and come to the wider dimension. Obviously you are feeling that yes, there is a wider scope of understanding, and really life presents challenges after challenges. There is nothing like that. If you have overcome one challenge, you will be able to conquer the world. No, the people who have conquered the mountain, the people who have conquered the huge challenges, have always fallen several times, and then they have stood up, and then they have restarted. Your strategy of life should not be made for one time planning. It should be a continuous planning. Change, reframe, frame, mend it, reshuffle it, and if required, change it completely. But remember that the more you are learning from life, the more energy, the more effort you are putting into it, and the more successful you are. So success demands a continuous lessons, continuous learning, and continuous approach. Your approach should not be just a one time approach or two time approach. You feel that your planning may have failed, doesn't matter. You restart and reschedule your time, reframe your strategy, and work upon it. Make things action oriented. And remember, learn from the real life experience. We often blame the circumstances, that the circumstances were not in our favor. the fact that we didn't learn from the previous circumstances. We took it as, as a failure. No, those circumstances where we could not do better were the lessons that had to be taught and that had to be learned by everyone. And then conceiving those ideas, making amendment in the new plan, you can succeed. So friends, life is a continuous succession of lessons to be learned and to be experienced throughout. Then only success will knock at your door. Thank you. Have a nice evening.